Hey friends, welcome back to the channel. If you are new here, welcome, welcome. So, fragrance friends, fragrance lovers, today is that day. I am finally ready to rank all of my Guerlain fragrances that I have in my collection. So I have a total of 6 fragrances that I want to share with you all today. So first things first, let me just say that I love all of my Guerlain fragrances. For me, some I was able to smell in person. I had the privilege of being able to visit the Guerlain boutique when I was in Paris a year ago. So I was literally in Paris in October. I absolutely loved the fall season and decided that I wanted to take a trip to Paris. And so I did just that. And I knew that I wanted to get my nose on some of the Guerlain fragrances. So I did make a purchase while I was there, but then I also have some in my collection that are absolute blind buys. And so I'll let you know which is which. But again, I do love all of my Guerlain fragrances because it's just really something special about this fragrance house and the way that they do their blends. So let's go ahead and kick things off. So coming in at number 6, is going to be the Mon Guerlain, the Intense version. And so this is a beautiful, beautiful lavender and vanilla fragrance. And for me, the lavender and the vanilla in this fragrance are split right down the middle. And I am not a huge fan of lavender in my fragrances. However, I will say that the Intense version is a little bit more amped up on the vanilla, which is why I decided to blind buy this fragrance. I had been hearing so many people talk about how beautiful and how amazing this fragrance is. And so I had a little bit of FOMO, so I decided to go ahead and pull the trigger because for a couple of reasons. I do love vanilla, and no one does vanilla like Guerlain. I absolutely love vanilla, and this fragrance was really, really reasonably priced. It has a really good price, and I believe I also got this with a small discount. But it is really nice. I have no complaints with this fragrance. I have not worn it a whole lot, but it is so timeless. It is so classic. To me, it does make for an easy reach. I just have other vanillas in my collection that I tend to enjoy more. So, but at any rate, I am happy that I do have this one because it does serve its purpose in my collection. So coming in at number 6 is Mon Guerlain, the Intense version. All right, so moving right along, coming in at number 5, I may get a little bit of slack for this one because it is a heavily loved fragrance, but it is from the Arts Material line, and that is Angelique Noir. And so this was a blind purchase for me because Sharita M here on YouTube, she absolutely adores this one, and I trusted her nose, and so I decided to go ahead and bite the bullet and make the purchase. And I'm so happy that I did. The longer that this fragrance has macerated, the vanilla has become a lot more mature in this fragrance. This is a more earthy green type of vanilla fragrance because it is really heavy on that Angelique. The Angelique is in the top notes as well as in the base notes. So you get a very, very heavy dose of that, which is what makes this one really earthy. But it's also special and unique in its own way. And I really, really do enjoy this one. I find myself, or I will find myself, reaching for this one more so during the fall and winter, especially when it's like maybe a cloudy day. It's one where I just want to snuggle up and watch a movie, or go out and enjoy a nice dinner with friends. And there's a slight overcast. I see myself reaching for this one during times like that. So it has gotten darker. The juice is really just, it is macerating really, really nicely. The color of the juice is just everything to me. But absolutely love the Arts Material line. And I enjoy this fragrance for what it is. Like I said, I am going to spend more time with it because I have not worn it a whole lot. I've probably worn this one 2, maybe 3 times, and that's kind of pushing it. But nonetheless, coming in at number 5 is Angelique Noir. So moving on to the number 4 spot is going to be another blind buy. And I was heavily influenced, and I got it as soon as it dropped. So was really, really happy with this purchase. But that is one of the newer releases that was released, I want to say, back in the fall. So it's not that new, but it's still kind of new to me. And that is Peche Mirage. This one right here really captivated my interest. And it is, I really enjoyed this one this summer. This one is a fragrance that you can wear year round. It is that type of peach fragrance because it is complemented very well by that leather note in here. That is so pretty. I really, really like it. And I knew that I would because since I have had a chance to, really wear and enjoy the Guerlain fragrances. Plus, I've also received samples. So I've really come to know, for the most part, what to expect with a Guerlain fragrance. And this one was no different. Oh, this is just so, I want to sit around the fire this fall with some friends and enjoy a nice mocktail. Like, it is so good, but I need to be dressed up doing it. Like, we need to go to a place where you need to, have on something really nice, some pretty boots, maybe even a nice scarf. Like, those are the vibes that Peche Mirage is giving me right now. Like I said, this fragrance, though, is so versatile when it comes to the seasons, and I really, really enjoyed this one this summer. And every time I wore it, I would get compliments. Like, this one right here is really, really good. And yeah, it was a successful blind buy. A risky one because Guerlain, this house, is a pretty pricey fragrance house. But nonetheless, I am happy with my selection. And so coming in at number 4 is Peche Mirage. All right, so we are down to the top 3 in my collection. So coming in at 3rd place is a purchase that I did make at the boutique. And this one right here is the larger one in my collection, and it is Cherry Oud. I fell head over heels in love with this one at first sniff. I sprayed some on my skin when I was in the boutique, walked around a little bit, and I smelled some of the other fragrances, just really took my time with it, right? And it was so good then, and it is still amazing now. This one right here is a black, dark, very ripened type of cherry with that oud scent in here. And they complement each other so nice. This is just such a very well blended, beautiful, beautiful cherry fragrance. I do have a couple of other cherry fragrances in my collection. I have French Defense from Mind Games, and that one is really nice too, but I prefer Cherry Oud over that one. That is just so good. On first spray, when you first spray this out, the opening of this fragrance, the cherry is really thick, but over time it does, in the dry down, the cherry does, it doesn't go completely away. I'm not saying that, but it does kind of, you know, simmer down a little bit. It's not as strong as it was in the opening. And then you have a little bit of florals that move in. So you've got that cherry, you've got a little bit of florals that move in. And then of course you definitely have that oud in here. But Guerlain, they just really, really did a great job with this fragrance. And I cannot speak highly enough about it. Again, this was my Christmas Day fragrance, not last year, but the year before last. And no, I take that back. It was last year. It was last year. I haven't had this fragrance that long. It was last Christmas. And I went out to dinner with my family and I got compliments. I felt pretty. I just felt just really, really well put together. And that is what this fragrance embodies. It is year round, in my opinion. And on that particular day, I wasn't in the mood for any type of holiday-based smelling scent. This was calling my name and I answered, okay? I think that this is just such a gorgeous cherry fragrance. So if you are in the market for a cherry-based scent, make sure you check this one out because, like I said, Guerlain did it right. So that is Cherry Oud coming in at the number 3 spot. All right, so moving on to number 2. This one right here is the newest in my collection, and she is just amazing, and that is Shalimar L'Essence. And oh my gosh, you guys, this one right here is just, it is a vanilla lover's dream. Oh, you get that bergamot. Oh my goodness. You get the vanilla in here. A little bit of that tonka bean. Like, it is just a true vanilla explosion. And you best believe that when I am done with this bottle, I will be upgrading to the larger size. I don't know what I was thinking, you guys, but it is just so exquisite. And I have been loving this one. Absolutely loving this one. I'm so happy that I do have it in my collection. I think that the bottle, the presentation is just really, really pretty in my opinion. And I don't mind the oversized font here. I don't mind that at all. But it is just, it makes you want to take it and spray it. I find that this fragrance is an easy reach. And it also garners compliments for sure. Oh, this is just a very, very sassy woman, okay? I love this one. I love this one, and for good reason. And that is why, out of my entire collection, it is coming in at the number 2 spot. So that is Shalimar. So drum roll, please. If you have watched my top 10 fragrances for life video, then this will be of no surprise to you at all. But coming in as the reigning champ and the number 1 spot is Tobacco Honey. Yes, yes, and yes. This one, this one right here is a nuclear bomb when it comes to projection, longevity, sillage. I'm an oversprayer, okay? But I absolutely respect this fragrance when I reach for it. Okay, I made the accident one time, y'all, and I oversprayed, and I was just like, oh my goodness, like I did the most with this fragrance on that day. Because here's the thing, I was working from home that day and I sprayed myself. I probably gave myself like maybe 4 sprays. And what I didn't realize at the time was that the longer you wear this fragrance right here, it deepens. As it moves along in the olfactory journey, this baby right here deepens and it becomes richer and more potent the longer you wear it. And I was just in a rush. I wasn't patient that day. And I was like, I need to smell more of it. But guess what? It gave me exactly what I was asking for, because this Tobacco Honey right here is rich. It is rich. It is thick. It is dense in that way. The honey, the way that Guerlain has concocted this perfection in a bottle right here. I live for it. It is tobacco in there, but it is the best, most richest quality type of tobacco that you will find. This is not just your regular run of the mill in your, grandfather's pipe type of tobacco. This is not that. This is what Hugh Hefner was smoking while he was surrounded by all the pretty ladies. Like, this is rich. This is opulence. It is just absolutely phenomenal. And guess what? I have not worn this fragrance since last year, but now since we are moving into fall, I am so looking forward to pulling this one back out and loving her down. This is absolutely amazing. This is a must-have for the fall, for the winter. It can withstand any type of cold weather, trust me. But what you don't want to do is wear this, at least for me. I would never ever wear this in the summer. To me, it would suffocate you. It would be like just way too much. It would just be way too much for those weather conditions, especially since I live in a state that has a really hot summer. Early spring, you could still get away with this one, but once we get above, I would say 75, it's a no-go. It's a no-go. But I enjoy her when the time permits, and I cannot say enough good things about this fragrance. It is absolutely phenomenal, and if you have not tried it, definitely get your hands on it. It's not a safe blind buy because it is really, really rich and decadent. When it comes to that honey, you absolutely have to love honey-based fragrances because that is what you're getting here. So coming in the #1 spot in my collection is Tobacco Honey. So that is it, y'all. So let me know, are you a Guerlain lover as well? Do you really enjoy this house? Let me know in the comment section what are some of the Guerlain fragrances that you have. And if you want to rank them and let me know, your least to most favorite in your collection, feel free to do so. But also, if you are new here and if you like my vibe, if you are a lover of all things that smell good, please go ahead and hit that subscribe button. I would love for you to join the fragrance family. And thank you always for all the support that you guys have given me, that you show up for me regardless of what I post. I really do truly appreciate that. And until next time, I will see you all in the next video. Take care.